Den Haag.
Ja.
En dat was Rabijn van de Kamp was toen nog graaf daar.
Ja.
One is enough.
Yes.
Maar goed.
Yes,
Ja,
Engels. English.
Ja. Het is niet anders.
Mijn Engels is niet goed, maar voor Fransman is het
Heel goed. Voor Fransman en Frans is een beetje moeilijk voor ons.
Oké, dan ga je. So we will try to do our best. Geachte aanwezig. People are going on a wedding and they don't exactly understand what is the history of a marriage and what are we doing exactly under the chuppah, what are the parts, A, B, C. And that's why I wanted to give a share about this topic.
Sorry voor het gooien.
Ilchos issues. In the beginning of the Rambam, Maimonides, in the first perek of Ilchos issues, that is the halachas who are about marriage, about what is around marriage, not only marriage, but divorce, yibum, chalitza, etc., all what is about around the family. He begins like this. And it's interesting because normally it's not a historic book, the Rambam. It is a halachic book. So he's not supposed to tell us what was before the halacha. But he said, Kodem Matan Torah, before the Torah was given, Hoyo Odom Pogea Isho Bashuk, a man saw a nice lady in the street, in the street, and he met at the bar, and he say, okay, you want to marry me? You want to live with me? And that is, Machniso lebeiso, he enter her at home, Ubalo, and had a relation one with the second, and that's his wife now. From this date, from this particular moment that they are living together in the same house, they are man and woman married.
More than one lady? More
Okay, we will speak about if it's better. Here it's meyachdo, that means it's they make one family, yes? Because they are living together. So it's a kind of de facto. De facto, that's the way that, so they don't go not by the Maya, not by the Recht, not by the rabbi, because there was no rabbi before Matan Torah, and they are married. Okay. After.
And divorce.
One second. One second.
So, this modern time, in deze moderne tijd, ze gaan samenwonen. Zijn ze getrouwd?
That's not a big, it's a huge question what you are asking.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a huge question.
Yeah.
But we have to see what is the world. So we have by us, we have by us, we have three, how do we say, in the third time, we have 3 times. Briat HaOlam, when the world was created. After the Mabul, when so it's Sheba Mitzvot Bnei Noach, the Bnei Noach, Noachid, and then Matan Torah. How do you say, when we got the Torah? From this particular moment, for us, there is no any change, okay? So I mean, not change, not, how do you say, not real change. So we don't see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave new rules to the world at the Sheva Mitzvot Bnei Noach by the 7 about how to get married. He only said that from now on, there are people that you cannot marry. Yes? that you are not able because before Sheva Mitzvot Bnei Noach, of course, how do we say, the humanity is based on incest because it's two brother and sister who get kids, okay? So it's only from time of Noach that there is a separation with some people that you cannot get married with, okay?
Cousins can get married.
What?
Cousins can.
Yes, but that's also today. Yeah. But a grandfather with his granddaughter cannot, etc., etc. That's all.
You mean?
Yes, exactly. So that's all.
All the rights.
So that's already from Sheva Mitzvot Bnei Noach, but there was no institution of a wedding from this time of Noah. After Matan Torah, the Torah says you have to marry. Kidushin. What is Kidushin? Kidushin is a kinyan. It's a, how do you say, acquisition.
Ja, verwerving eigenlijk.
Verwerving. Okay. So you need to make Kidushin. וליקוחין כיוון שניתנה תורה נצטוו ישראל שאם ירצה האיש לישא אישה יקנה אותה תחילה בפני עדים ואחר כך תהיה לו לאישה שנאמר כי ייקח איש אישה ובעליה. They need, like you said, an act. How do you say before the wedding is done? Chachomim says that you don't need per se to give money to your wife. You can also make an act of wedding. That's the ketubah. So you don't give any money, but you give a act who has no value. The paper has no value, but what is inside the paper has a value. Okay? Because the ring, what you give her, has to have shaveh pruta. You cannot give unless there is a certain amount of money that yes.
Is the ring instead of the money?
Yes, exactly. So we are going to explain what. So nowadays when we do a wedding, we do everything. I explained also about when we are doing, how do we say, and when you in civil law also, when you do an act, you try to do it that it's according to the Dutch law, to the local, the Amsterdam, how do we say, to do that it's covering everything, because you don't want that tomorrow someone say, yes, but we can see in the act there is a problem, you are not married. Like when you make a building for security, you want not only that the stairs are secured, that the brandwehr, everything has to be secured. So the Kidushin, what we do nowadays, like you asked me about the ring, we do the most secured way to be sure that she accepts the gift. Okay? What do I mean?
How easy is to get a get?
One second. The get is the end. The get is the end.
It is so easy.
To what? To what?
It's easy today. I'm only married 61 years, but
Okay.
for the others, it seems to be easy to get the get.
Okay.
Depends.
That's we will speak, but I cannot speak about all the subjects together. So by the Kiddushin, nowadays you give a ring. Okay. What is this ring? This ring is a way to be sure that the wife accepts the money. Normally, you can give her a muntje, and that's enough. Okay, but yes, instead of the ring is only later. of course, there are Kabbalistic, how do you say, explanation about the ring. But halachically, it's a gift where you see what you gave. Do you know that you cannot give a diamond for the chasna? Why not? Why not?
She can be disappointed.
Yes, that's exactly the reason.
Why disappointed from it?
She thought that it's a 5 carat, and she's giving us now to an expert, and you say, oh,
Rubbish.
rubbish.
Direct with never. Ja.
Okay,
Dus ze mag niet teleurgesteld zijn.
so the idea of a simple gold ring is to make things very clear. Clear, not must speak, clear. That she said, okay, I agree for this. That means that she cannot came after, yes, but if I would know that it's not with a ring, and it's not with a diamond, and it's not with a thing, and it's not worth the market, etc., etc. So, and the rabbi and the chuppah, he asks the edim shaveh pruta. He doesn't ask, do you think it's 100 euro, 200, 500 euro? He doesn't ask this. He asks shaveh pruta. That means that you are ready also if it's a lower price of a ring. Okay? So that's the Kiddushin, how we do. The second part, what we do is Kiddush Shtar. Kiddush Shtar, we don't do exactly Kiddush Shtar because Kiddush Shtar normally, according to Chachamim, is that you put on the paper, Hare at Mekudeshet li, and you give it on the paper. So the paper is a value less than Shaveh Pruta, nothing, not worth. But because you give her a paper that she is married to you, it's according to Chachamim, okay. Now, when you give the Kiddushin, you give her a bread, yes? You give her today a bread instead of a ring. You have no ring. It's in Ukraine. Someone wants to get married. He has no ring, nothing. He's in Mariupol, and he wants to get married. He gives the color a bread. Okay, that's okay. It's Shoveh Pruta. It's worth a pruta. So she's Mukudeshes. What is the case if he give her a bread Pesach? Is she Mukudeshes or not?
Iftar.
If. Why?
Because it is chometz.
And then?
If she
So,
puts
but
something
it's
against,
not his own anymore.
Oh, don't make it religious. Don't make it like this. Hello, it's not.
his own.
It's the Torah says it's not yours.
He has to buy
It's not. He has no worth. There is no shaveh. The law en bo shaveh pruta. Not because what you say that it's a mitzvah ba'avera. If I have stolen a ring, that's your point. Mitzvah ba'avera, that I did something wrong to make a mitzvah. But here we say it's chametz. No way. Why? Because it's worth 0. I didn't give her nothing. It's not mine, and also if it was mine, it's worth nothing. Okay? So that's the reason why if I give a lady bread on Pesach, she's not Mekudeshes. If I give, how do we say, that's something else. But if I give chametz nukshe, you know what is chametz nukshe? Okay. Can I use? How do you say? To polish my shoes, something which is done from chometz. I cannot have profit from chometz, yes, but I can use this product to make shiny my shoes. Why? Because it's not edible. Okay, something who is not edible, you cannot, you can have profit on Pesach. Okay?
If a dog
Cannot
doesn't
eat.
it, then it
Cannot eat. Yes, not that. Yes, לא ראוי לאכילת כלב. It's not. It's really
no comments to it.
no harm. Okay. So now, if it's chametz nukshe, that means it's not, what do you say, not edible at all, but you don't eat it. You don't eat bread who is old from 2 months, who was by the sun. Yes? I cannot eat it, okay? But it's still, a dog can eat it and you can put it in, etc. There is a way to eat it. That's considered chametz nukshe. Chametz nukshe is rabbinically forbidden, but min Torah, according to the Torah, it's no more chametz.
No.
So if I give chametz nukshe to a lady during Pesach, also we say chachamim say it's nothing. If chachamim say it's nothing, it's nothing. Okay. Also, according to the Torah, because I could have said yes, but according to the Torah, it's worth something. So it's worth something. So I gave her. So she's mekudeshes. So I need a get. No way. Okay. Now, there is on the Luach, you know that the day before Pesach, half of the day, we were bringing a Korban Pesach, yes, in middle of the day, in the past. And the Torah says, nothing to do with the forbidden of the 7 days to eat chometz. The Torah says, "Lo tishchetu al dam, lo tochlu chametz al dam zivchi." You cannot eat together the same time that you do Korban Pesach chometz. Okay. So we have a half day that we don't eat chometz because of the Korban Pesach. Although we have no Korban Pesach, we still are forbidden from this half day not to eat any chometz. Okay. In the past, there was no horloge, so people can mix if it's 11 or 1 o'clock. They see the sun on the right side. So Chachomim says that you cannot eat already 1 hour before. After that, they said 2 hours, 1 hour you cannot have profit, and 2 hours not to. If during this last hour, who is only rabbinically, yes, forbidden, you give Kidushin with hard bread, with chametz nukshe, with according to the Rabbanan, only, how do we say? It's only forbidden according to Rabbanan. So it's to the Rabbanan, yes? It's a time with a rabbinical time, and the sort of chametz is a rabbinical chametz. The Gemara says, "Hamekadesh bechite kordenaisa." He is giving her, how do you say, chitim, wheat, hard have that is not edible. So he gave her on the last hour, who is only forbidden rabbinically, and chosheshim lekidushin. No wedding. Because at the end, I didn't give her nothing. You cannot, yes, but it's only rabbinical, only, but tachlis. She got something? No, she didn't got anything. So she didn't got anything, so she is not married. That's the factor. Like You said, okay? It's not because he is going over the Rabbanon or over the Raisa or something. He is because he didn't give her nothing. Okay. We are going more not to have any discussion. When we give the ring, we give a ring where is nothing inside also. Because then she can say, yes, no, there is a fault. I am not Naomi, I am Naomi. My name is, no, I don't want this, I am not happy with this, okay? So also we try to give, what do we say, a ring with no any discussion about it. Then we have nowadays a ketubah. A ketubah is an act. So we don't give a paper where we put areat mekudeshesli that you are married, but we say before the Kidushin areat mekudeshesli tabat zukdas Moshe Israel, and then we give the tabat. So the question is, if someone was married by the Eliechei, but the witnesses were witnesses from any ashes, is the Kiddushin a Kiddushin or not?
The
Edim are
What?
important.
What was about the
Good witnesses, and it was done in the Eliechei.
I think it's done under the.
Nee, dat geeft het. Dat is niks
Dat
mee
maakt
te
nog
maken.
niks uit.
Nee, maar de Edim, maar
Edim is de kern van de zaak.
ja.
Edim.
Okay, you're right. Reb Moshe Feinstein, he has a chidush, and this chidush has solved, you have spoken about Gittin, has solved half of America, of the United States. He said, when I am giving the ring by the Eliechei, it's like I say, Hare at mekudeshet li kelo kedat Moshe Israel, not according to the law. So it's like a declaration. So you can have the best witnesses who are here, but it's done according to the rules, who is not the rule. So it's Hare at mekudeshet li the law shelo kedat Moshe Israel. Okay, so they are not married. So according to Rav Moshe Feinstein, all the weddings were done, and then after that there was no any proper get who was done. No problem. The kids are not mamzerim, nothing. Okay, he has solved half of United States with this psalm. God Tzedek.
Dus
Een groep bij de LG is niks. Ze zijn niet getrouwd.
Deze zaal is maar door.
Nee.
Nee.
I mean, a liberal wedding, also if the witnesses are kosher witnesses, the wedding is not a wedding.
Dus ze hebben geen get nodig.
Yes. Okay.
De
So,
kinderen zijn allemaal.
kosher. So also from another wedding, from another.
Maar dit is toch
If the mother is Jewish, the kids are Jews, and if she got a kid from someone else who is not her husband, they're also okay.
Maar ze heeft toch een verboden relatie.
No,
Forbidden.
no,
No?
and that's why we are coming back to what we say before. One second.
Ik heb meerdere voorbeelden.
Nee, maar ik dacht dat het verboden
Waarbij
relatie.
de moeder Joods is en de vader niet.
Dat is wat anders.
Nee.
Dat is something else.
Het is precies dat.
Nee.
No.
2 Joden, Halakisch Joden, beide LJG, kerkengroepen, erkennen wij niet. Ja?
Exactly.
Oké?
Also, if the Edim were
Also the Edim are
Oprah
kosher.
Schuster
Ja,
and Oprah
Okay. But I think it is een verboden relatie dan.
One second. So then we go back to the first halacha that we said in the Rambam. Before Matan Torah, he's entering a wife at home, she's his wife, okay? Before Matan Torah, after Matan Torah, we are out. That means that after Matan Torah, we are not, how do you say, Adamist plus? No, we are Abramist. We are Mosesists. That means you cannot say, yes, I am a human and a Jew. No, you are not something else who is a Jew. So the normal law for human who was given by the creation are off. They are kaduk. So that means that if a Jew, how do you say, Zamleve,
yeah.
yes, it's not a Kiddushin. Okay? We are going to go back about it.
But why do we need a Kidushin if the mother is Jewish, the child is Jewish?
Yes, two things. We are not speaking about the consequences. The consequences are here, but normally someone wants to be married with his wife. That's very Dutch to say, ik heb het niet nodig. Normally, how do you say, how HaKadosh Baruch Hu make the world, he wants that a man married a woman. So if he is not Jew, you cannot marry. Yes. If he is Jew and she is Jew, they can get married. So that's okay. So before Matan Torah, they don't need to get married. And after Matan Torah, they have to marry. Okay? But
so how do we declare that all the people that Moses took out of Egypt,
yes,
they're Jewish?
Okay, they are Jewish, but not married, célibataire.
But how do we declare that they are Jewish if they're not married?
So you don't need. You don't need people. Yes, that's not an issue. There are a lot of people who are not married who are Jews. All the Jews who were by Matan Torah, by Har Sinai, are Jews. Okay, that's Klal Israel. All the people, father, mother, doesn't have any interest. They have to. They are been by Har Sinai, by Berg Sinai. They are Jews. Okay, that's according to that's the halacha. Okay, so now. When they get married, it means Kiddushin, they are married. If there is no Kiddushin, they are not married. Okay. Now, the question is, what is Zamleben? Because we want all to be good Jews. Okay? You know that there is, by Chabad, they make mechiras chometz. They sell the chometz for all the Jews who didn't come to the rabbinate. Right? Okay? Because they say, sure, every Jew wants to be a good Jew. So we are doing for them. Zachin le'adam shelo b'fanav. We make it good for them. Okay. We think that you need to declare something because, you know, to say that everyone is a good Jew, yes, okay. So the question is, if someone is not going to Zed Yechei, not going to the mayor, but he make a contract of Zameleven. So we say he wants to be a good Jew. And a good Jew is Kiddushin. So it's de facto Kiddushin. They are married. And if they want to separate, they need a get. And that's the meaning of a lot of poskim who say that if there is a well-known Zamleving, That means people were together for years and it was known by the community, then, how do you say, you need a get? It's Kidushin.
So
It's de facto Kidushin.
if they want Jewish marriage, then they can the Kidushin overslaan and go to the Nissu'in.
You're right. You're right.
Again, I didn't understand.
Nou kijk, de Kidushin, dat is echt de verloving. Hè? Vroeger zat er hij spreekt in Duits,
Yeah.
vroeger zat er een jaar tussen de Kidushin.
Okay, that's no. You already go in. I say
Je maakt toernooien.
that means there is for example, I am living in a flat. Okay, so I have to bring to the tabo. How do you say the tabo? That it's my flat. You have the inscribing in the
Kadaster.
Kadaster. Okay, so I have to prove that it's my house. Okay, but there is in the halacha a principle of chazoka. That means I am living in a house 20 years. I have not to go to the Kadaster. I say that's my house. Okay, I have a proof, and if you want to prove that it's not my house, you have to bring all the proof that it's not my house, because there is de facto such a thing. So if I am living with a lady in a house here years and years and we have children together, it's de facto they are married. That's what I want to say. Okay?
You don't have to get married
In the church or in the rabbinate. Okay? But it's not everyone accepts this. Okay? That means there is a discussion about this de facto, because someone can say, and there is a lot of people who are coming by me, that when the lady say, I want to get, because we were living 20 years together, and he's coming in a hurry in the rabbinate, and he say, I am not going to give a get, because we are not living together. We were, how do you say, under the same house. Under the same roof, we were living together, but that's not marriage, because we how do we say, we had a life who was open, no any, how do we say, engagement for anyone. Everyone could do what he wants. So we are not married, and he come and protest against. So there is a few times who arrive. So I say, I will not go to make a ruzi for this. Normally, yes, it's important to give a get because you were living together. But if you think that you are not married and you are totally independent and nothing happened, and yes, there were children, but nothing, it's, how do you say, it's
the Holy Spirit will get children.
No, because the children are maybe in the past, like you said, in the past, it was, yes, how do we say, a way to express we have a family, yes. But
Toen was het huwelijk nog goed.
But there was someone I gave a get he gave the get a few weeks ago, and I asked him, who was your father? I said, no idea. So that means the situation exists. We have to understand also the psychology who is after. So the Rambam continue and he said, כיצד האיש המקדשת? אם בכסף הוא מקדש אין פחות מפרוטו או שווה פרוטו. Like we said, there is an amount that you have to give. אומר לו, הרי את מקודשת לי, he has to say before. Okay? And in the Gemara, there is a lot of expression who are okay. הרי לי לאישו, you are my wife, you are... but he has to give it before chetoicha. If Eidim. If he gives it between him and her,
Asuta.
thank you. It's nothing. Okay? That means if there is no chutoicha, there is nothing. Now, about what we spoke before, the Khatam Sofer has a chidush. He say that there is a notion who is called Anan Sadeh. What is Anan Sadeh? Anan Sadeh, that means a general testimony. What is a general?
Algemene getuigenis. A general testimony, algemene getuigenis.
Yes. And he say, for example, I don't need to see proof of, we know that when there is a murder, we need to see that the man has put the knife in the second man, because if not, we can say, yes, it was someone else. If you did saw it, you cannot bring any chotoich, okay? But we have ochachot nesibatiot. It means that what is around the story are a proof, yes? So for a murder, you cannot use it, but for a Kidushin, you can use it. Khatam Sofer says, and that was also a part, the Khatam Sofer was a base of Rav Moshe Feinstein. The Khatam Sofer says that if you are going Sunday afternoon by the Wondel Park and you go back and you see the big doors of the Obrechtstraat open and a man with a tuxedo and a lady with a white shirt and are going out of the Obrecht, Anan Sadeh that they are married. I cannot find the witnesses, but that's sure they are married kedas v'kedin. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's a general testimony, because I didn't saw the wedding. Maybe they are, how do you say, maybe it's a fake.
Een verkleedpartijtje.
Yes.
Uitvoering.
But we say that normal life is not proven. It's
Ja, ga maar.
now there is a case in the Gemara. There's a case in the Gemara when he didn't give her anything, and she's Mekudesh. How can it be?
Okay.
How can it be? It's the contrary, but not the contrary because we are reformed. The contrary because he is a very important man. Okay? And she says, and he said, I am, you are married to me. So he says, you are married to me by the profits that you get, the covet that you got, because I accept a gift I accept a gift from you. You are coming from this social level, and you give me, I am the son of the king, and you give me a cadeau, and I accept the cadeau, and so you can say, the son of the king accept my cadeau. I am from, how do you say, from a village near Middelburg, and the king from who is from Den Haag, living in the palace, he accepts my cadeau. That's considered Behai Hanoah. From this, how do you say Hanoah? She's Mekudeshes. Okay? Yes.
The consequence is that she needs a get when they are
From the king.
Yes, sure. But if she gives the Kiddushin, nothing. Okay, it's nothing. And that's the reason why by Orthodox marriage, we are very strict about it, that there is no any exchange of ring by the chasna, because first it's she gives, so it's not the Kiddushin, the proper Kiddushin. And second, can be that it's considered exchange. That means I didn't give her nothing because she gave me also. So it's, how do you say, 1 and 1 is 0. That means 1 minus 1. Okay? When it's Kiddush Shtar, we say we put it on a paper, or it can be also on something else that you put it. But it has to be done for her. That means that if he has prepared a paper, and this paper he said, okay, I prepare it, and when the day will come, I will give her, that's not okay. It has to be lishmo velishma, on her name, okay? Velishem Kiddushin, and in purpose of Kiddushin.
Maar je geeft de ring toch ook pas bij de groepen?
Yeah?
No.
What?
Dat is ook before. It's not
Before the chuppah. It's before the chuppah. That's considered before the chuppah. Also, there is a chuppah,
Yeah, okay.
but we say that it's a part number 1, and the part number 2, like you said before, that we are doing normally 1 year after, who is the Sheva Broches and Machniso Lebeiso, that means entering home. And what is entering home? That's 3 forms of entering home, or al yedei sheva broches, or because they are under a chuppah, or they are making yichud, they are entering in one house together. So that's the Nissu'in that we have spoken that are normally in the past were done 6 months or 1 year after. So to repeat about this point, no problem. So about the Kiddushin, we have 2 points who are very important. First, that we cannot exchange rings, because if we exchange, that means that it's kind of 1 against 1, so it's 0. It's like the exchange. Okay, so it's annulled what I gave her. Second, if she give me only, that's not okay. Okay.
But why do we have to give at all? I mean, something to her. We have a ketubah.
No, but the ksuva is a sheshtar. That's what I told you before. We do everything according to all the laws. That means we are not, like we said before, we want to be secured. The brandware, the stairs, everything should be done according to the norm. So here also, we can do Kiddush Shtar. We can make on the paper Areat Mekudeshesli, and that's okay. But how do we say, we want to do it according to all the rules. Kiddushin, Bekesef, Beshtar, Bebia, all the things who are were an option A or B or C, we do A, B, C.
But why do we have to give all? I mean,
That's what.
All, I mean, something. The whole life we have to pay outright.
No. It's not like this. It's not like the Kinyan has nothing to do with the obligations. A Kinyan is like, how do you say, when you go by the notaris, it gives you the key of the house. Yes? That's the Kinyan, that it's now your house. Doesn't mean that you have paid your house. 2 separate things. Now you have to pay the mortgage and the amounts that you have to bring, etc., etc. Okay, so now then we said that the language has to be appropriated, and then the second part is the Nissu'in. What is the Nissu'in? Is machniso lebeiso. He enter her in his home. How does he enter in his home? So there is a machloikes how to do it. This kinyan, and we have to have a kavona of kinyan Nissu'in. We do it after Kiddushin, and the chuppah cannot be before. And also, if I enter the chuppah before, but it's nothing because the kavona to make the Nissu'in are only after the Nissu'in. So there is a few ways. There is a discussion if the chuppah is according to Chachamim or also according to the Torah. But there is a way to understand that because Chachamim say that what is the wedding, the Nissu'in is that she is now unique for him, and machniso lebeiso, and he bring her at home. So the chuppah is like a home, and that's the sweet home that are going in, that the chuppah. The second thing is yichud, that they are now together, yes? And this yichud doesn't need to be at home. It means they can be also here now in an office. And the third part, the third way to explain, it's nothing to do with yichud, and it's a notion of kinyan. That means that it was a first kinyan. So now the second kinyan is to be together under the same roof. But nothing to do with a house, nothing to do with machniso lebeiso, that he's bringing her at home. They are de facto under the same house, so that's the Nissu'in. And that's why only from this moment we can say the Sheva Brochos, 7 benediction who are part of the chuppah. So there is minogim also about how the chuppah has to be. The first time that I saw such a chuppah in the Obrecht, that was the first time in my life that I saw that the chuppah has no 4, how do we say, stanges. That it's a kind of how do you say, of parapet, of before the bima, there was a sort of chuppah. But it's okay, according to halacha, they are under a certain roof, and there is, according to the Ma'aril, if you put the talis on the chosen color, it's also a chuppah. So there is different way to settle this chuppah, and that's the Nissu'in that we do nowadays. So we do it in a chuppah, yichud, Sheva Brochos, that's the part that we do nowadays. And so we do the Kiddushin and the Nissu'in in 1 minute, in one moment. And after that, they are married, Kiddushin and Nissu'in. And of course, they are married for all their life until there is Chaz Sholom or a divorce, or Chaz Sholom a death of someone of the second So if someone died, nifka kurve, it goes out. That means, what does it go out? It goes out also according to relationship with family, for example, of her. He cannot testify, someone, a granddaughter of his wife from a first marriage. He cannot, till he's married with his wife. But if his wife is no more in this world, he can testify for the granddaughter of his wife. So there are implications when people are or divorced or no more married for another reason.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You
you.
learned a lot of you. Goeie. You know,
Yes, you want.
I want, yes.